Assalamualaikum, Encik Hasyamuddin Yaakob. We are from DPA5B Group A. We are going to present our problem case for course Audit 2, code number DPA50153, Session 1, 2023/2024. The one that I'm talking right now is Hazizik for Yumi bin Hamidi, 01 DAT 20520 F2040. Next, our fellow members are Maliatul Anissa binti Azhar, 01 DAT 20F2054. And our last group members is Muhammad Raiman bin Shaharuddin, 01D80 20F2067. Next, for the next slide. This is our table of contents. Next. As you can see on the slide, this is our case 1. Next, we are going to show you the question. Question 1, identify and explain the ethical and professional issues raised and recommend any actions which should be taken in respect of the matter described by the audit senior. Next, for the answer. So the answer for the question, case 1 is, the situation described raises several ethical and professional issues that should be addressed promptly. Here are the key concerns and recommended actions. 1. Lack of transparency and misrepresentation. The inability to identify a clear timeline for the overseas contracts and the presence of unidentified payments linked to government officials suggests a lack of transparency and potential misrepresentation of financial transactions. This raises concerns about the accuracy and completeness of the financial statements. Action taken, the audit team should thoroughly investigate the nature and purpose of the unidentified payments and determine if there are any indications of corruption, bribery, or other illegal activities. This may involve seeking assistance from forensic accountants or legal professionals specializing in anti-corruption measures. Next slide. Question 2. Violation of procurement controls. The absence of a clear timeline and the inclusion of unauthorized suppliers in the payable ledger indicate potential violations of procurement controls. This suggests a failure to follow established policies and procedures, which increases the risk of fraud and misappropriation of assets. Action. The audit team should examine the purchase orders raised by the finance director and assess their legitimacy. They should also review the approval process for supplier selection and determine whether appropriate controls were in place. If irregularities are found, the responsible individuals should be held accountable and appropriate disciplinary actions should be taken. Next, I'm going to give the chance to my friend, Mama Aiman, to continue presenting.
Thank you, Azizi. For the third answer, failure to comply with the environmental law. The subsidiary repeated violation of environmental law, comply with the finance director attempt to hide penalty charges, raise concern about the company ethical practice and undermine the integrity of financial statement. Action taken, the audit team should evaluate the valuation impact on financial statement, discuss finding with the management and the board, and recommend immediate correction action. Reporting to the regulatory authorities may be necessary as per local law. Next, we move to the second case. Question, in the line with ACCA Code of Ethics and Conduct, clarify and explain the factor that must be considered before the internal audit engagement should be accepted. First, impairment of independence. If a member or his or her form a significant cooperative agreement with the client during a professional engagement, it's compromised the member independence. And energetic and co needs to assess whether accepting the internal audit engagement would be compromise their independence in the external audit engagement. And An independent auditor role is crucial for providing objective audit report and maintaining professional skepticism. Failing to ensure auditor independence means the company requesting the audit has not fulfilled the obligation. Next, quality control. A system of quality control is broadly defined as a procedure that gives the firm a reasonable level of assurance that its employees are adhering to the firm's standard of quality and any applicable professional standard. The audit firm must make sure that the internal audit function is subject to the proper quality control procedure in this instance. This is significant because audit quality control should never be disagreed because it will guarantee that your audit are always current and offer you the best value. Next, I will pass this presentation to Amaliana to continue.
So the third answer is ethical considerations. As we are all aware, auditors have a responsibility to uphold high standards of conduct, such as honesty, in the course of their work and in all of their interactions, whether they be professional or personal, with the personnel of audited entities. Energy and Co. must abide by all applicable ethical standards and guidelines for all services provided by professional accountants in public practice, including those relating to integrity, objectivity, competence, due care, confidentiality, professional conduct, and technical standards. Next. Next is objectivity and independence. Auditor objectivity and independence means that conclusions will be fair and unbiased based on evidence and not unduly influenced by management or personal relationships. The ability of the internal audit activity to carry out internal audit responsibilities in an unbiased manner. In this case, the audit engagement partner must ensure that her independence and objectivity are not compromised by her son's employment with Butiara Co. Next is competence and capability. This code required internal audit have the necessary skill, knowledge, and experiences to conduct the internal audit services. Internal audit was also required to acquire, maintain, and develop the necessary skills in order to meet the knowledge, competency, and qualifications necessary to carry out audit tasks. In this case, NGT and Co. shall ensure that they have the necessary expertise, skills, and resources to properly perform in the internal audit engagement. Next, confidentiality. To respect the confidentiality of information acquired because of professional and business relationships. Therefore, unless there is a legal or professional right or duty to disclose, do not disclose any such information to third parties without proper and specific authorization. Additionally, do not use the information for the professional accountants or third parties' personal gain. In this case, when the audit firm do their job, they must ensure that internal audit involvement does not compromise confidentiality, personal information Butiara Co. Next.